One of the things that I'm always cautious about, the thing that freaks me out the most with the church, and this is not just now, this has always been the case growing up. I think the church often gets kind of politically affiliated into so much stuff that they can't see straight anymore. They confuse Jesus for presidents and America for heaven, and they just get blinded along the way until they're worshiping something that they haven't even realized that's what they're doing. So that's, it's political season, so I realize everybody's got their own hot topics on all of that, but a lot of my heart is trying to help pull people out of that like worship of politics state to try to get them back on Jesus. Um, and that's something that I think the church continues to need to grow on, though I think they're a little bit more um, aware of the problem this time around than they have been in some past seasons. So maybe,
Maybe.
it's really hard to tell sometimes.
All
I
right.
I think with in my personal experience, so I have a brother that went full Baptist, growing up Pentecostal church went full Baptist.
Hmm.
And I
And
think
we're
like
praying for him. No, just kidding.
yeah, yeah,
Just
well,
kidding.
Hey,
Just
hey,
kidding.
hey, hey.
yeah, like I think like you said, deconstruction is not a bad thing. I think that's just something that people are told that's bad. I think you should always evaluate your personal beliefs and your worldview and always should be able to back it up. That's why I always advocate go to a different church denomination to help back up your worldview. Growing up Pentecostal, went to a Baptist high school, so been to both. So I've seen both sides, and again, brother went full Baptist. So like, um, it's cool the way you're doing things, where you can help encourage this newer generation. Not You're not forming their worldview; you're helping give them tools to help have their own worldview, whether they want to be Methodist or they want to be non-denominational Pentecostal, wherever they feel like they should be led, not being led by the parents, like especially with me being like fourth generation Church of God,
Hmm.
where there was that moment where I was like, oh, I guess I'm going to church with my parents. And it wasn't until I was in my 20s in college where I was mostly on my own, uh, where I was like, oh, this is my worldview. Especially when I got into outreach, being part of like college, like the college church group, and then like young adult group in my own church, where when you're doing outreach, you need to make sure you have that stuff backed up because you're going to get asked questions, especially in this younger generation where some of them are so lost they don't know what's right, what's wrong.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you on that one.
And it says in the scripture to work out your faith with fear and trembling.
Yeah,
And if everybody's just going by generational, oh, it's thing I remember an old saying I heard, God doesn't have grandchildren.
yeah,
That's good, actually.